Okay, we're starting the new parak on Lamed Beis. Lamed Beis.
Which is Lamed Beis. Lamed.
Starts Amalahem Mamuna. The Mamuna is the one in charge. He tells to them, and
Somewhere here. Okay.
this is all the people that came to the Lishka Sagazis. They came to do the lottery to see who's going to win, to do all of these things, to take the animal up and all of that. He tells them, Baruch bracha achas, you should say one bracha.
Are you at the top of the page?
No, I'm in the middle of the page. It's the new chapter.
Oh, okay.
So which bracha is he telling them to say? And the commentaries here say that he's telling them to say Avarabba or Avasalam, whatever your Nusach is. And it's based on the Gemara. The Gemara says that there's a machlekes if they should be saying Yoitzer Ar or Avarabba. And Yoitzer Ar, they're not going to say, that's the conclusion of the commentaries here, that they're not going to say Yoitzer Ar because it's not light yet. You know, it doesn't really have to do with being light because it says Avari Choshech. But they're saying that bracha. Behim Baruchu, they say the bracha. Karu Aseres Adibris, they read the 10 Commandments. Now, I want to point out, this is daily. I want to point out something very interesting in the commentary here. In my, by the way, this is this switches to the Pirush Rambam. The Mefarish on the side, who used to be a student of Rashi, I believe, now switches to the Pirush Rambam. On the top of my page, on the second column, the Rambam here quotes his book on the Yerushalmi. Ukvar amarnu ze behilchas Yerushalmi shechibarnu. That's on the top of the commentary of the Rambam. He's talking about why we don't say the Aseres Adibris every day. And this became a huge discovery when some scholars found this manuscript that they believed to be the Yerushalmi's, the Rambam's commentary on the Yerushalmi. And Brachas, I think they found. And they said, why do you think it's the Rambam says that he wrote a commentary on it, so they knew what to look for. So,
Have you seen it? I mean, a copy of it?
I've seen the front cover of it.
Is it written in the same style?
I'm not sure. I didn't go through it. It was I think Shaul Lieberman was one of the guys that worked on it. Fellows. Okay. What else did they read? Shema, V'hayim Shemaya, V'yomer. It's a little bit early for them to be yaitz all of this. They're going to have to say that later, but they're saying this anyways. Just 1 second. What is that? Vav. Shema, V'hayim Shemaya. Baruch Hu Esa'am Shalish Brachis. They bless the people. 3 brachas. There's a discussion here in the commentaries if Baruch Hu Esa'am means they bless with the people or they bless the people. The word es could mean with. The commentaries here say, don't say it means with the people, like the Russian, I think, in Mefarish, because the people wouldn't be yaitze. And also there's no reason for them to be saying the following blessings. What do they say over here? They say emes v'yatziv. Avaida, which means ritzei. I have to tell you that they skip part of ritzei. Let me just find it inside to tell you what they skip. They skip. Oh, here it is. They skip v'hashiv esa avaida l'dver v'secham because that means return the service to the temple. They're in the temple. And they did not say Hamachazer Shchinasi L'tzion either. Rather, they finished off Levadcha B'yira Navei Baruch Hashem Sheichin B'tzion. So the bracha was a little different. And what else did they say? Berchas Kayanim. What is Berchas Kayanim? So the Rosh writes that they would say Elokeinu v'Elokei B'Seinu B'Chinu B'Bracha Mishaleshes, all of that. However, they would not raise their hands. to do this. That they're going to do later.
You mean for Dukanan?
For Duchening. They would just recite this as a prayer. Others say that Birchas Kayanim means Sim Shalom, and I can't see where I saw that.
It says over here, others explain that the mission is referring to the final bracha of Amida, which starts with the phrase Sim Shalom, grand peace, is according to Rambam and
good.
Meiri.
Good, thank you.
As this blessing.
Okay. Very good. No, I'm the lighting's not good enough. I mean, I can see, but it's hard for me to. So there's different commentaries here what this means. And on Shabbos they would add in one more bracha, and because there were kayanim that were leaving they did their job already. They'll be back in about half a year. So what was the bracha that they gave them? This is really beautiful. They said, Misha Shachan Hashmai Babayazeh, the one whose name dwells in this house, who Yashkin Beinechem, he should dwell amongst you, Ava v'achva v'shalom v'reyas, love and brotherhood, peace and friendship. That was the blessing that they got for those 6 months. It was really nice. Okay, it's the first mission over here. Amalem says Chadashim lakatayres. Those that have never done the Ketores, the Mamuna tells the people, those that have never done the Ketores yet, Bo v'afisu. Oh, Chaim, I didn't notice you. Come and make a new lottery to see who's going to do the Ketores. Zacha misha zacha, and the one that won. And what's going to happen actually is he's going to have a helper. We said he doesn't. The other person doesn't get his own lottery. It's just the person that's next to him. Amalem chadashim im yishanim bay v'afisu. New and old, come and make the lottery. The reason why the Ketores was only done for a new person was because whoever did the Ketores got wealthy, and they wanted to spread that around to share the wealth. So they limited it to doing it once. I think for Sandikois, we learned something from this. A Sandik, in the same family, you usually have one person be the Sandik in that family, and it's learned from the Ketores. So, but now they're doing another lottery, and they're going to see Mimale Varim and Akevesh Lemizbeach. That last discussion that we had 2 days ago, the order of how they carried the first guy had the head in his hand with the horn sticking through his fingers in the right hand and the left hand, and all of that was just to get it from the Beis HaMitbachayim to the Mizbeach. But they put it down on the Mizbeach and it would get salted there. Now who's going to take it from the ramp to the ramp of them? Who's going to take it from the ramp up? So now they had to do a new pious, a new lottery. Rabbi Elazar ben Yaakov says, Hamalei varm lekavesh umalei sam gam mizbeach. You don't have to do another lottery. Those same people get back into position, and they take it up the ramp. The commentaries say the halacha is not like Rabbi Elazar ben Yaakov. We always learned Rabbi Elazar ben Yaakov Mishnasi Kavanaki that his Mishnah is perfect, and for some reason over here they say differently. But it's not the first time that we've seen that. We've seen several times already that we don't follow Rabbi Elazar ben Yaakov.
Where is he on the chart?
I saw this discussion from Aaron Hyman, Rabbi, and told us to know about Merem. He has this 3-volume set, and there he claims that there's 2 Rabbi Elazar ben Yaakovs, and he worked it out that there's 2. So when it says Rabbi Elazar ben Yaakov Mishnasi Kavanaki, who's it referring to? The first one or the second one? He says it's referring to both. And it was a cute way of them saying that the halacha is like both of them, without saying plural, without making it. Anyway, okay. He's definitely early because his uncle was the one that had his shirt burnt.
Oh, for the...
Was that Rabbi Elazar ben Yaakov? I think it was Rabbi Elazar ben Yaakov.
Because he was sleeping?
No.
No, I'm serious. That wasn't the reason?
Because he was sleeping. I say when he said he didn't remember, I thought you said because you were sleeping.
No, because he was sleeping. They burnt his shirt because
he was sleeping. Yeah.
No. Oh, I thought you were typing.
Yeah. It was Rebbe Elazar ben Yaakov. Okay, very good. Cute. Okay, we're up to Mishnah Gimel. Masrim lechazanim. There were chazanim, not a chazan like with a top hat with a singing, but these were people that were in charge of the clothing. These were had a lesser job, but they were in charge of the clothing. And they would take off the clothing of the kayanim. There's two pshatim over here. One pshat is, what most commentators are learning, is that not everyone got the job to do the service. There were a whole bunch of people that were there that did not get the job. So what would they do? So they got dressed just in case they're going to get the job. But now that they didn't get the job, they're not going to be doing the service, so they now have to take off the big day kuna. So they go to the chazanim, and the chazanim are going to take the clothing back.
So chazan is not
singing.
So
No.
why would they use the word chazan? What's the?
It means an attendant.
Yeah,
I'm trying to think of the root for such a word.
I don't know. It sounds like someone that oversees something.
Interesting. I mean, it sounds like it, but the word itself.
It says that the shorish of the word is ches zayin hey, which means to see. In other words, the chazan is one whose role is to oversee and supervise the conditions of his particular jurisdiction.
Good.
Like
Very good.
the chozev.
What was the root again?
So how does the chazan, how does the singer get the name chazan? That's the question.
He probably prediction. Had other jobs.
Okay, it comes from a different job.
It says that he was overseeing.
You would never get the job as a.
He was overseeing the prayer services.
I won't go there.
Okay, the way that they would get undressed was they would leave their big day kodesh pants on while the upper clothing would come off, and they'd put on their big day chol, and then they would remove the pants. And they had windows is like lockers. And on those lockers it said what went in each locker. Pants went in here, right? And the belts went in here, whatever. The other pshat is that they did the piyus in the big dechol. And now those people that got the job now needed to get dressed in the big dekodesh. That's the other way of learning this Mishnah. Okay, Misha Zacha B'Ktayres.
And what the other people were just helping them get.
And the Chazan was helping them get dressed in the big day kodesh to go. The question is, who's getting dressed over here? Is it the ones that didn't get the job or the ones that did get the job? That's the Misha Zacha B'Ktayres. We're in Mishnah Dale. The one that won to do the Ktayres. Hayonaitel esakaf. He would take the spoon. Bakaftem letarkiv gadol. It was similar to a large tarkiv. Tarkiv, we said, was 3 kav. Trey kav. It was 2 kav plus another extra kav. But this was daima to the tarkiv. This was only 2.5. Shalzav. Machzeke shleisha kabin. That holds 3 kav. That's a problem. We said before it holds 2.5.
Yes.
How come over here it says 3? I don't know.
When you overfill it.
Oh, because it's overfilled. Thank you. Yeah. And the bazich was inside. The bazich was also a spoon. Malay v'gadosh ketayres. This was overfilled with ketayres. V'kisei hayalai, and it had a covering. Kamin mital teles haya alav malmaila, which was like either a cloth or some other sort of covering that went over it. Now, several questions the commentaries raise on this small piece here. One of them is, why do they have a vessel in a vessel? And it's explained because they wanted the inner vessel to be overflowing. But if it's going to overflow, it's going to spill out. So they put it in a larger vessel underneath it so to catch the overflow. So, and it was considered more respectful to have it overflowing. Then they have a question the commentaries raise. Rush mentions this, that it sounds like there's a chatzitza here, the kohen that's carrying it, between his hand and the vessel that he really needs to hold, which is the inside one. And he goes through a discussion, the Rush goes through a discussion, why there's no chatzitza. Maybe it's l'tzarech avoda, there's no chatzitza. Maybe lekicha b'davar acher is considered lekicha. He gives different answers. Maybe he's holding it from the bottom. There's only a chatzitza if you hold it from the side. Anyway, that's... why would they cover it? And they covered it maybe so that the smell should not leave. It's either leather or cloth. Okay, Mishnah Hey. Misha Zacha b'machta, not all machta sakesef. The one that has the fire, that's supposed to take the fire pan, he takes a silver fire pan. V'ala l'reishim mizbeach. He goes up to the top of the altar. This is the outside altar. Upinas gechalim. He moves the coals. Helech, maybe helech v'helech this way and that way. V'chata, and he gets a scoopful. It now says in the Mishnah, min ha'machalas ha'pnimius, min ha'me'uchalis ha'pnimius. The commentaries say, the Rush says already, take it out. Don't take out. It's in parentheses by us, and we're told to take it out. And the reason why is because that was the expression that was used by the Chumas Hadeshin when you're trying to take off the ash. Mm-hmm. You take the one that's totally consumed. Now we're not looking for ash. Now we're looking for coals. So you don't take the one that's totally consumed. You want to take the one that's still full. That's
not full, burning. That's
burning, but still a real coal. Mm-hmm. Not one that crumbles. Yaradi goes down beyond the zav. So the scoop he does with silver, but he pours it down into a golden one. And the explanation is, if it would use a golden one to scoop, it would rub out too fast. So he uses a silver one to scoop, but he wants to carry it in gold. Now, the golden one was smaller than the silver one, so some of the coal would fall onto the marble floor. And they would sweep it into the Amma. Over here, the Rush goes through a little discussion. How are you allowed to destroy things that are hektish? He quotes Rabbi Akiva in Masechta Zvachim that Seilas Levaina Kteris and Gechalim, that a Tful Yaim, if he touches them, they become puzzle. That means that they become holy. How we're just allowed to throw it out? Just sweeping them into the Amma. And he answers that was talking about on Yom Kippur, which they used a different vessel. But this on a regular day, it's not considered Kodesh. And b'Shabbos they kaif alem psachta. On Shabbos they wouldn't sweep it out. They wouldn't sweep it away because they're muktzah. And so they would cover it over with a psachta. Psachta was a large bowl. I imagine it was like a huge kneading bowl or something like you see in the.
He was walking. There's a picture.
Huh?
Wasn't he walking?
Oh wow! With the lid.
Was he?
I'm sorry.
The bowl. He's putting over the ashes that fell over.
Upside down bowl.
And if he was walking when this happened, where did it fall?
It fell. When he gets off the mizbeach, he pours it from one shovel to another shovel. Okay. Psachta kli gadol. The psachta is a large vessel. Machseches lesech. It holds a lesech. How big is a lesech? Is that a 15 sa or something? I think that's what I remember. Yeah, 15 sa. But it has two rings on each side. The psachta was actually used. Its main purpose was to remove the ashes off the altar when the tapuach got too high. Now they would drag it down the ramp because it would be very heavy. So they're dragging it down the ramp. Someone would hold it in the front and support it, and someone would hold it from the back to make sure it doesn't flip over. So that's why it has two chains. It had three purposes. The first purpose is what we said, that the coals that were on the floor on Shabbos, you would cover it over. And also over a sheretz, which was dead in the Beis Hamikdash. If there was a creeping creature that happened to get into the Beis Hamikdash and dies there, which is tamei, so they would have to be removed. But on Shabbos it's muktzah, so they would just cover it over. This happens in people's houses. The women don't like to kill the cockroach, so they just cover it over. And the husband gets home, he has to take care of that. Okay, now big job.
It's on the third line of the Ketubah.
Right. They laugh about on Rosh Chodesh the women don't do the laundry, so they wait for the husband to come home, and he pushes the button. All the hard work of it is okay. The whole thing switched meanings, since we have the machines. Okay, and we read in Ba'asadeshan, also this was used to take the ash, me'al gabi ha-mizbeach. Okay. Higiyu bein ulam v'la-mizbeach. Who is the Higiyu? This is the Koyanim that are doing the Ketores and the coals. No, I'm sorry. Yes. And Natal Echad Esa Magrefa. Daniel, look at this. One of them takes the Magrefa, the Zarka Bein Ulam V'la Mizbeach, and he throws it in between the Ulam and the Mizbeach. He throws it to the floor. Now, before I saw the commentaries, it was clear to me that the picture was of that wooden Magrefa. It needs to be wrong. You can't throw a wooden thing on the floor. Listen to what happened. You can't, no one could hear his friend talking in Yerushalayim because it was so loud when they threw it to the floor. Now, the commentaries say that there was a different Magrefa. It was that instrument that we spoke about before that made 100 sounds, 10 holes. Each hole you could get 10 sounds out of. This must be a different Magrefa. Danielle sent me a picture of a Magrefa that looked like this wooden, like a chest that had tubes sticking out of it.
Yeah, and I mentioned there were three kinds of Magrefa. One was like a metal one that made a big noise.
This must be the metal one that makes the big noise.
It's shaped like a symbol.
There you go.
Why do you have to throw it?
To make the noise. Won't it get dented, and then once it gets dented, the noise must change?
This was just simply a noise maker. You blow a shofar.
Let's see. The kohen that hears it knows that his brothers are about to go and bow down. V'hu ratzuba, he runs. He hears the sound. It's time to go. It's like a bell in school. Ben Levi Ben Levi knows that his brothers are about to sing. V'hu ratzuba, and he runs. And the person that's in charge of the group of the Koyanim would send out those that were Tamei. Remember, he went to the mikveh, and then he would go wait. He went through a tunnel to the mikveh. Then he would go wait with his brothers. Now it was time for him to go out because it was already starting to get light.
If this was an instrument, would it make more sense to play the instrument than to throw the instrument?
I'm imagining that it's some sort of
maybe
those things that the fork that they bang it and then they listen to it. This must have been like one of those like tuning forks, like something that they would give it a huge
maybe-
bang and it was.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Maybe Zurich could be more reference to the sound.
Aha.
Or drum or something.
Raphael says a gong.
What was it?
Gong.
That the sound gets.
Oh, those two things in class. Yeah, you throw it.
Throw it.
Well, listen until you have a flute. There's a kind of way.
Can't see them taking my guitar and throwing it.
It's a percussion instrument.
The who did?
It's gonna get done.
Moshe.
It sounds like me.
Moshe.
If it's an instrument,
Just hang on, Shulamite. I'm gonna template.
Yeah, but if it's an instrument designed
I wanted to write this morning to put in lines. It makes it easier on me when I put in lines. I find things faster. But
he wanted a really, really loud sound, so he made
I'm allowed to write.
a box that you smash.
I'm allowed to write on Shulamite if you need it for,
Use a hit
Okay.
together.
Hey Chalu, we're up to what parak is this? The 6th parak. Hey Chalu, Eilim b'malei se'ulam. They start to go up the 12 steps that are in front of the ulam. The ulam is the room in front of the heichal. Misha zacha b'dishim mizbeach ha'pnimi v'amenayra hi makdimin lifneihem. The one that was going to clean out, or that did already clean out, the Mizbeach HaPnimi, and the Menorah would go in front. Misha Zacha B'dishim Mizbeach HaPnimi, Nichnas B'nai Telesatini, V'shtachva V'yatza. If you remember, they put things down on the 2nd step. So he would go inside now and take it. He left it there. He went out. Because they brought the sacrifice. So he would go back in, and he would take out what was cleaned out from the Mizbeach HaPnimi, which is the burnt incense, and he would take a bow, and he would leave. Misha Zacha B'dishin HaMenorah, the one that was meant to be doing the menorah, he already did the first part. Nichnas, he would enter Umatzah Steiners, possibly Mizrachim, Dolkim. He would find the 2 eastern candles burning. Midashin es Mizrachi.
It says 2 Western candles.
Yeah, I have that also, but then they switch it. Western, Eastern, I don't know. This is the complicated part where they have that big machlekes in the Rambam. What's really going on? Are these candles? Which is the one that we're expecting to be burning constantly? The Ner Maravi. Is it one of these or not? And the Rambam learns that it's not. The Rambam learns that the one that's constantly burning is one of the first 5. And the other commentaries say that it's what was these that were meant to be burning. That's why the first 5 they went, or one of these. So the first 5 they already cleaned out, and this they came back to clean out now. So he says, he would leave the western one of these eastern candles burning, because they would use this to light the one in the afternoon. Let me read a line further, then we'll go back to clarify. Matzah shekava, if he found that this one was gone out, midashna, he cleans it, and he has to relight it from the Mizbeach HaOlah. There's 2 opinions here when he relights it. One opinion is later in the day, before he does the afternoon one, because he really doesn't need. He's only lighting the menorah. When was the menorah lit? That's a big machlekes. Was it lit by day or was it only lit by night? So if it's lit by day,
and weren't there 2 or 3 candles that didn't go out at all?
Yeah, but that's historic. According to until Shimon HaTzadik, the candle was always burning.
Right.
But Matzah Shekava would be after Shimon HaTzadik. If you found that it went out. Natalis a cruz, whatever the case is, he takes the kuz. The kuz is that small jug that he was using. He takes a bow and he goes out. He's finished the menorah part. Misha zacha b'machta, the one that was supposed to take the coals for the ketores. He piles up the coals on top of the mizbeach. He spreads them out. He spreads it thin. And he takes a bow and he leaves. The one that was supposed to do the ketores, he takes the inner container from the larger one. He passes it to his friend, or the one or his relative. And now, if it spilled into the larger utensil, then he would pour it into his hands. Now, umalam de maisai, so he would get all of the ketores. Umalam de maisai, and they would have to tell him because it's his first time doing this. See, let's say this is the mizbeach. So you have the guy, he's putting it on the mizbeach with his hands. So he's going to lower